So this week's challenge, pretty obvious guys, you should have figured it out by now, is starting, building and creating your own morning routine. It's taking the key elements of the things that I've talked about, the things that we've covered over previous lessons, and it's implementing it. It's starting now to make those changes. It's taking control of your life now. It's putting yourself on the front foot instead of the back foot. It's showing up for this life that you've been given. The morning routine lesson, like this week's lesson, is really short because I'm not going into the details that we've covered before about gratitude and I am statements and 8 dreams and things that are really important. I am just saying you need to have a morning routine. You need to be prioritizing yourself. You need to be setting time aside for yourselves. Now, there are other things you might want to add into your morning routine, things like meditation or yoga or reading, any of those things that you don't normally get time for. But the key way to do it is to wake up an hour earlier than you normally wake up. Now, when I talk about that, I don't mean that you need to be then compromising on those 8 hours of sleep that we talked about in lesson 5. You still need to be having those 8 hours of sleep. So something else has to give. If it's not the sleep and if it's not the morning routine, then you've got to give up on that total and utter terrible Netflix show you're watching or the mindless scrolling through TikTok. Those are the things you need to give up on to prioritise your sleep and prioritise your morning routine. If you really want to start living your best life and showing up as the best version of yourself, this needs to become a priority in your life. Okay, so I mentioned it before, but this is the journal that we created. Now, look, you don't need a journal. You don't need anything. You just need a piece of paper. You normally use a notebook, mainly because at the moment the journal doesn't have enough lines and stuff for how much I like to do, but it's a really, really good starting point if you are building this habit. So this is it. It's called Becoming More. It's available on the website. But this basically is just one of the pages, and that is going to be available. Oh, can you see? There we go. That page is available as a download, all right? So you can print it off if you prefer the structure, and you've got it there ready to go. So here you're doing your 8 dreams, and that's the first dream you've achieved, right? You've got your 8 I am statements, they're nice and short, and then the 8 things that you're grateful for. Make it a priority, guys. You are so worth it. You are so worthy of the effort it takes to develop and build a morning routine. And I know it's really hard because a lot of what we're covering throughout the Make Your Bed Challenge is all about habits. It's all about bringing these good habits in. And building habits is really hard. Guys, it's so hard. You've fallen off the bandwagon. I've fallen off the bandwagon. Like, we all do. So my point is this will be hard, but just get up and try. And if you screw up and you don't do it one day, just get up the next day and try again. Forgive yourself for getting it wrong. Forgive yourself for not doing it. Forgive yourself for not prioritizing it, and just try again the next day. That's all you can really do. And it's not just me that is really passionate about the morning routine. It is something that super successful people do. It's internationally recognised. The most successful people in the world do it. And there are a couple, if you want to dive into it a bit more and get some other viewpoints on it, then there are a couple of really good books you can read or listen to. That's The Miracle Morning is one, and the 5 a.m. Club. So I'm not suggesting you have to get up at 5 a.m, but I am suggesting you get up an hour earlier than you normally do to make time for this, to make time for yourself so that you're not reacting, you're not on the back foot, but that you are in control and you are making the choice to take control of your life and step into the day that you've been given. Every day we have here is a total gift, and getting up and making the most of it is the start of really having a wonderful day. And you know, I talked about in one of the other lessons about Ed Milet and the motivation. Motivation won't always be with us. It's not our constant companion. And this is where this habit, so on the days when I don't feel like doing this, I get up and do it anyway. It's so ingrained in me. And it means that gratitude is so ingrained in me. It means that I am statements are so ingrained in me. It means my dreams are so ingrained in me that nothing will stop me from writing them down and going after them. You are so worthy of the effort. Don't ever underestimate that. Now, good luck with your morning routine. If you want to share with me what you're going to get into and bring into it, then please do. I would love to hear all about it. But look after yourself and go and get the download and go and start and think about your morning routine. And you might want to write down how it's going to look to begin with and then tweak it. So you might do this, you might, take out elements, bring in elements, but it's about what works for you, all right? Everyone is different. And working out in the morning might not be your thing. You might work out at lunchtime. That's fine. But please have gratitude, I am statements and dreams in there, because they are the core pillars to changing your mindset and just stepping into being your best self. I know you have it in you. And I know you can be so much more than the person that you are now. I'll see you next week.